Joe Wilson leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by our Wildcat Band performing the national anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Welcome, and thank you for joining us today to celebrate the class of 2019. Class President Joseph Wilson would like to begin our program by addressing his class.
All right, so good afternoon, Mr. Hull, Dr. Brand, Dr. Reagan, Ms. Bryson, members of the Wilmington School Committee, Ms. Peters, family, friends, and graduates. Welcome to WHS class of 2019's graduation. I'm going to keep this short, but I'm going to start. Most of you guys, I'm sure, in the crowd may know me. I'm Joseph Wilson. I'm the senior class president. Thank you. It's hard to believe that this day has come for all of us. It seemed like just yesterday, when we were entering the 6th grade, the two sides of town, the North and the West, came together. And to our 6th grade selves, graduation seemed like light years away. Now, I know leaving high school is surreal for many of us because we find ourselves sitting there saying, now what? I know I do. Today represents the close of a chapter in our lives, but it signifies the start of something new and exciting. Today is the start to the rest of our lives. In the fall, we will all go off to our new schools and start to realize our dreams. My advice to the class of 2019 is after we graduate today, do what you love and love what you do. Now, I know everyone, the money seems nice, but if you don't love what you do, what's the point? Life is a wonderful, scary, and exciting thing. It's full of twists and turns that we really can't prepare for. With that being said, don't take anything for granted. Live every day like it's your last, because you never know what life may throw your way. Be a positive in a world full of negatives. Never lose track of who you are. Stay true to yourselves and others. As I look out on these distinguished honorees, I see the next generation of doctors, nurses, police officers, firefighters, educators, and every career under the sun. And I see a bright future as a society ahead for all of us. I have no doubt in my mind that each and every one of us, whether we follow our current dreams or whether we pave a whole new road for ourselves in college, we'll be successful no matter where life takes us. I would like to thank my mother, Lisa, my father, Joe, my sister, Haley, my Aunt Fran, and Uncle Dion, who are in the crowd today. I would also like to thank my grandparents, who unfortunately couldn't be here today, but I know all four of them are looking down on this ceremony today, and they're beaming with pride at what the class of 2019 has achieved. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me the strength to where I am today. Without their guidance and support, I'm not sure that I would have had the courage to stand up here and speak to you like I am today. Lastly, I would like to thank my fellow students, my peers, and lastly, my friends, the class of 2019, for allowing me to serve as your class president for the past 3 years. It has certainly been an honor and a truly humbling experience. I am so grateful for the relationships that Wilmington High School has allowed me to form with you guys, and it's something that I truly will never forget. Thank you, and good luck to my classmates of WHS class of 2019.
Thank you, Joe. We have several people who will also like to address our graduates today. Our town manager, Mr. Jeffrey Howe, would like to say a few words to the class of 2019.
Congratulations, graduates, and the parents also. You played a major role in making this achievement in this life's journey. I'd like to spend a few minutes offering you my thoughts on the importance of going outside your comfort zone, taking some reasonable risks, building resilience, and maintaining an attitude of gratitude. Today you are at a rotary or a roundabout with roads leading in all directions. You can only see a short distance before the details of the road and the streetscape blur and are enveloped in the horizon. None of these roads are completely clear, and that is part of the fun, the adventure, pursuit of the unknown. My first offering is to suggest that you pick a road. Never exiting the rotary is safe, but it will limit your experience and your growth, socially, emotionally, and intellectually. I'm certainly not suggesting that you abandon those connections that you have here, your family, familiar activities and friends. But what I am suggesting is that you use them as part of your support system and that you seek out experiences in that road not yet traveled. There was a movie in the 1990s called Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. He played a weather forecaster, and if you've seen it, you'll recall he gets stuck in this time warp where every day is Groundhog Day. In Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, nothing changes. Everything is always the same. Groundhog Day should only be once a year. Point 2 is to build resilience, your ability to bounce back, to believe in yourself in times of trouble, that you can keep on keeping on regardless of what you encounter along the way. In the words of Dory from the movie Finding Nemo, keep on swimming. Develop that ability to pop back up like those floor-anchored punching bags that pop up every time you punch or kick them. Develop that ability to condition yourself to bounce back when you're hit. Everyone has a measure of resilience, and you've already demonstrated that in your years to this point. When you first learned to ride a bike, the risk was that you would crash and scrape a knee or an elbow, and probably many of you did. But you got back up on the bike and intuitively figured out what you did wrong and tried again, and again. Maybe you had a school presentation or a test that you froze up on. Your mind went completely blank. In the end, you survived. It may not have been the result you were looking for, but you lived to see another day. You calculate for the next time forward. Perhaps you lost a family member or a friend. There are any number of things that could have happened, but you've kept on keeping on. So how do you process these experiences, these setbacks? I suggest that you pause, take a deep breath or two, and look for the lessons. What can I take away from this experience that will help me later? What could I do differently the next time? There is nothing to gain if you blame or complain, so refrain. At those times of adversity, it's important to draw upon that rotary, so to speak, the people and places that are familiar to you, that bring you strength, comfort, and affirmation. Seek out those friends and family that have that can-do attitude, who are uplifting and can lift you up. It's seldom easy for setbacks, but looking at the lessons and support will get you through. So how do you build resilience? Strengthening resilience is a bit like a muscle. It takes practice and it takes repetition. If you seldom exercise the muscle, then over time it weakens, and when put to the test in the moment of need, it will flag or break down. Similarly, stretching yourself beyond your bounds, even if you fall short, will set expectations and experiences for the next challenge. Tom Brady is one of perhaps the best quarterbacks in the game, not because of his natural talent, but because he has developed the discipline and practice to build resilience and bounce back. When he went down with a season-ending knee injury in the first game of the 2008-09 season, it ended a 128-game streak in which he started every single game, the longest starting streak for a quarterback. He was coming off a year after being named the MVP. Gone for an entire season. He certainly could have retired. He had the Super Bowl rings. Instead, he came back. Resilience. You develop resilience by getting out of your comfort zone, pursuing the degree or a new skill or trade. You may think that you're in over your head. Stepping out is tough, but it may not work out in the end, and you may actually fail. But failure is not a four-letter word. Travis Smiley, a talk show host and author of Failing Up, wrote about his failures and how they pushed him forward. He noted that he drew 3 lessons from these experiences. Quote, sometimes rejection is redirection. Sometimes a dead end is really the finish line. And third, sometimes the universe has more in store for us than we imagine. And how many times did Thomas Edison fail before he invented the light bulb? 1,000. Of failure, he said, quote, many of life's failures are people who did not recognize how close they were to success when they gave up, end quote. Survive and thrive. Taking reasonable risks is how you grow. No one develops resilience by never confronting adversity, by never missing the mark, by never having overcome. Abraham Lincoln, Mahatma Gandhi, Helen Keller, Nelson Mandela, just some of the many people who have overcome adversity. Keep on keeping on. In Major League Baseball, hitters with an average of 300 or over are sought after and considered superstars. Yet for every 100 pitches they swing at, they only get 30 hits. When they strike out, they regroup and they keep on keeping on. So don't be afraid to swing. Take a swing at that opportunity, that challenge. You may strike out, but you may get a hit, and you may even get a home run. In closing, I'd like to quote from the lyrics of Monty Python's Life of Brian. Cheer up, Brian. You know what they say. Some things in life are bad. They can really make you mad. Other things just make you swear and cuss. When you're chewing life's gristle, don't grumble, give a whistle, and things will turn out for the best. Always look on the bright side of life. If life seems jolly rotten, there's something you've forgotten, and that's to laugh, to smile, and dance and sing. When you're feeling in the dumps, don't be silly chumps. Just purse your lips and whistle, that's the thing. Always look on the bright side of life. Thank you for listening. Congratulations, Take care.
Thank you, Mr. Hull. Mrs. Jen Bryson, Chairperson of the Wilmington School Committee, is our next speaker.
Each year, around the first day of school, I get these Facebook memories, you know the ones, filled with first day of school pics from years past. The one that always gets me is this picture of my son standing proudly in front of the Boutwell School. The excitement in his eyes about all that is to come, that it is finally his turn to go to school. I know you have these first day of school pics. I've seen many of them over the years. Class of 2019, I think it's safe to assume you may not have enjoyed these mandatory pictures as much as your parents and loved ones, but bear with me for a moment. Families, you know the pictures I'm talking about, the ones that make you yearn for the past. You click on the show memories and ask yourself, how did it all go so fast? Wasn't it just yesterday we were worried about the transition from Boutwell to Shawsheen, or Woburn Street to the north? Or maybe it was the, should I do strings or band discussion? What language should I choose? And finally, should I do an internship or a project? And here we are at high school graduation, and you ask yourself, did I prepare them well? Are they ready for the next phase? I'm here to tell you that you have prepared them well. You have done an exemplary job preparing your children to embrace life and make a difference in this world. Class of 2019, we've seen it in the ceremonies over the past few weeks. The concerts, the pergola in the courtyard, the drowsy chaperone, the internships and projects completed with excellence, and awards, so many awards. We've witnessed your kindness, your generosity, maturity, and sheer tenacity, because this wasn't easy. You worked hard. You've been working hard for years, and you've earned this moment. I'm sure there were times when you thought it was difficult. There was too much work, too many deadlines, so many challenges, but you pushed yourself to persevere. Why? Because the more difficult it is to achieve, the greater the satisfaction. To quote another movie, In a League of Their Own, do you remember the part where Gina Davis, who's Dottie, is leaving the league? She tells Jimmy Dugan, the manager, that it is just too hard. And he says to her, it is supposed to be hard. If it were easy, everyone would do it. The hard is what makes it great. Class of 2019, you are prepared, you are passionate, you are ready for this. In this class, we have future teachers, doctors, a pilot, athletes, nurses, officers, business owners, authors, CEOs, builders, and artists, just to name a few. You will work hard and you won't give up. We've seen you do this again and again, and we couldn't be more proud of you. On behalf of the school committee, congratulations on your incredible achievements, and use your talents well. Use your degree to pursue your passions, pursue your goals, and continue to improve the lives of those around you. As author Isabella Allende states, give, give, give. What is the point of having experience, knowledge, or talent if I don't give it away? Or having stories if I don't tell them to others? Of having wealth if I don't share it? It is in giving that I connect with others, with the world, and with the divine. Congratulations, class of 2019.
Thank you, Mrs. Bryson. Next, I will ask our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Glenn Brand, to come up to the podium.
Good afternoon and welcome members of the Wilmington School Committee, Mr. Hull, parents, guardians, and family members, illustrious staff here at WHS, and of course, most importantly, our graduates, class of 2019. It is my privilege to serve here in Wilmington as the Superintendent of Schools. I had the honor of sitting here in these seats a year ago as then the Superintendent-elect, joining in the celebration that honored our class of 2018. But boy, what a tremendous journey it has been over the course of the last 12 months to actually experience firsthand what it means to be a member of your educational community here in Wilmington. The pride of being a Wildcat, boy, is that impressive. A joy that residents seem to feel in residing here immeasurable, and the spirit of what our schools mean to this community truly contagious. Well, it is with some degree of sadness that I have not had the pleasure of getting to know our graduating class longer, having been here only a short time. I'm going to go on a bit of a limb here in saying that if you've trekked and find your way here today through this school system, You embody the qualities in which there is great pride held by the citizens here in this community, and there's incredible pride thus in all of you. This past year, I had a lot of amazing experiences, but not one more impressive and more important to experience along the way in learning about our schools and hearing about the things on people's minds, meeting many staff, and really trying to get a sense of the fabric of Wilmington. But I have to say, one of the most powerful experiences has been working with a rather large group of individuals over the last number of months, embracing the challenge of helping me develop a new direction for us as a district. You know, identifying our goals and our priorities as we strive to bring the best possible educational experience we can to the young people in Wilmington and to those who will sit in these seats in years to come. This work has taken shape over the last 6 months, and one of the tasks in this work that involved parents, students, and staff was to articulate what we believe in as the centerpiece of the Wilmington Public Schools. Think of this as what the people here actually think is most vital for our success in getting students to the place where you are today. While this work has provided us lots of things to think about as we strive to continuously improve, I think it's actually most important to take a few moments and focus on those core beliefs or values that came out of this process, as they are, I believe, incredibly important and incredibly powerful. Over time, there have certainly been many views generated about the importance of values by some esteemed leaders in their own right. For example, Roy Disney, famed creator of the Disney Empire, once noted that when your values are clear to you, making decisions becomes easier. The Dalai Lama once urged recognition for opening your arms to change, but cautioned about not letting go of your values. And Mahatma Gandhi, also notable, has quoted in saying the following about values, and I quote, "Keep your thoughts positive because your thoughts become your words. Keep your words positive because your words become your behavior. Keep your behavior positive because your behavior becomes your habits. And keep your habits positive because your habits become your values. And keep your values positive because your values become your destiny." There's a bit of a spoiler alert here because I'm going to share with you this afternoon, before our school committee, those behind me here actually approve these. But it gives me great pride to be able to share with you what almost 60 people established as what they believe are the essential values here in the Wilmington Public Schools. There are 6 of them, and if you'll allow me to share them with you. They include community, inclusivity, respect, collaboration, learning, and engagement. Let me just repeat those. Community, inclusivity, respect, collaboration, learning, and engagement. When you take the letters of those values collectively, they form the acronym CIRCLE that now is emerging as the Wildcat Circle of Values. I love these values as I've been spending a lot of time contemplating these recently. And I know why. It's this. Not only do these represent what this collective community believes, remember those 60 people I mentioned a few moments ago, but just as important, they are words for you and every other student who comes after you to live by, and I hope remember. For I believe that these actually will help ensure your success on your path ahead, wherever that takes you. And just think about this for a moment. Community, that idea of remembering that you are always a part of a larger whole, and that as a member of a community, wherever it is that you find yourself, you should strive to contribute to the best that you can. Inclusivity, remember to being committed to the process that you find yourself in, and actually value the ideas and collective contributions of all those that you come to be connected with. Respect, the idea of cherishing and admiring the people and the places and the things around you. Collaboration, as Helen Keller long ago said, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. Learning, a rather famous American and arguably the grandfather of our Industrial Revolution once commented, "Anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or at 80. And engagement, which keen sense of always striving to be interested in the things around you, the work that you find yourself immersed in, and the tasks that you are trying to learn. So there you have it. The things that people here, not myself, but those many, many important people here in our district and who know this school system well and cherish the educational community that you are about to leave. Those things, these things, that circle that people believe are most important, the values that we take pride in, and thus will hopefully be yours. In closing, Malcolm X, human rights activist leader, once said that education is our passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today. If that is indeed true, which I do believe, then perhaps with some luck, maybe, just maybe, these values can become nuggets that you'll cling to and remember. And if you can take these with you, hopefully you can take a piece of Wilmington with you that can serve you well and help contribute to your success, not only for where you find yourself next year, but beyond. After all, these values are a piece of the cloth, the Wilmington cloth, where you have taken roots, and so please, I hope, take that with you. May you find great success in your years ahead. Take joy in both the little and big things that you experience along the way, and keep that circle close to you, and may you have great health and happiness. Good luck, and congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Brand. I guess it's my turn. Good afternoon, honored guests, families and friends, and members of the class of 2019. It was about a month ago when I started to think about what I wanted to say to you today. Many of you are leaving to start internships, some of you scheduling your time between AP classes and completing projects, all of you with that sense of what's next. I have spoken to graduates before, and I couldn't understand why my thoughts were so hard to put into words. I started to realize that I was looking to my brain for help, and I guess I've always looked to my heart when it comes to speaking to my students. My students mean the world to me, and saying goodbye to them on their day of graduation tugs at my heartstrings. I have mixed emotions about today, as I'm sure some of you do. You may not have realized it, but we hosted the kindergarten screening at the high school this year. And as I watched families come into the building with their little ones by their side, I couldn't help but think of you, our seniors, and which one you were on that day. The one running in with that ready or not, here I come presence, or the reticent little one clinging to a parent's hand and hiding his tiny little face, trying to be invisible. That was a few years ago for you, and I'm sure that your parents are wondering where all that time has gone. I wonder where these 4 years have gone. Sometimes I find myself thinking, when did this happen? I am thinking that today, standing here in front of you in your blue and white, as you make your way into the life of a high school graduate. I hope that the times we have spent together, working through challenges, celebrating joys and success, finding peace in our sometimes chaotic lives, sharing thoughts and ideas about anything and everything, and just getting to know each other better has brought you as much joy as it has brought me. I have lived a lot of years, and I find myself thinking how very fortunate I have been to love what I have been doing for so many of those years. As far as a job, I guess I do what most people do. They attend to their daily tasks, busy with their work, reading and writing emails, facilitating meetings. But I have so much more. I am in the company of a wonderful group of colleagues and an awesome group of young people. And there is something truly amazing about being in the presence of learning. It is almost magical. The thoughtful classroom discussions, the impressive capstone and internship presentations, those murder mystery investigations, the outstanding music and drama performances, the amazing photos and artwork, decorated ceiling tiles, cookbooks, podcasts, the building of a pergola. I have had so many wonderful opportunities to witness your accomplishments, your perseverance, your resilience, your courage, your determination, and many times your kindness. I truly cannot thank you enough for making me the luckiest principal on earth. So loving what I do brings me to you. You are pretty much what matters in my life, because my life is my work. You may have heard the expression, big as life. Well, life, it is big. It is everything around you, right in front of you, somewhere behind you, your future, your right now, and your past. John Bon Jovi describes life as a roller coaster with its ups and downs, moments of calm and chaos, chances for giving and taking, serious and funny. Moments pass quickly, and every moment of our lives has meaning. Those past moments, the right now moment, and all those future moments. As moments pass and we experience life, whether you're on the upside or downside, the giver or the taker, whether you're the one laughing or the one crying, I hope there is always someone by your side, someone to cheer you on. On so many occasions, I have found that life is defined by the people who embrace us, who allow us to have a voice, who will shout out when we have achieved, no matter how big or small, who will quietly and in some way hold our hand when we need just a little more courage to move forward. I see those people here. They are all around you, your parents, families, friends, teachers, coaches, members of our school committee, our district and school administrators, our town officials. These are your people. They are here for you. For some of us, it may be the last time we can say thank you, the last time we can wish you well. Many times in my life, it has been you, members of the class of 2019, who have just made my day. Your presence, your voices, your hearts, thank you for being my people. As Colin Powell puts it, the bottom line in all of it is that in life it's all about people, the people who pass through your life, the people who have been kind and good to you, the people who have been inspirations to you. Sometimes the people that you perhaps did not get along with, they all come together and make you who you are and what you are. Each of you will be successful. Each of you will be good at something. I guess in life that is what we should wish for, to be good at something. I have seen the goodness in you, but it did not come from being good at something, it came from being good to someone. My hope is that no matter what you become good at, that you engage your hearts so that it is not just something, but someone who is experiencing your goodness. The difference between the something and the someone is what has made my job so awesome. My job, my life, so beautiful because of you. May your lives be as beautiful. As I have done for graduates in the past, I wrote a short poem, meant especially for the class of 2019. It is titled, "The Difference Is You." Today we celebrate an end, tomorrow a beginning, wondering what that world out there could be bringing. You have so much to offer, so much to give. Make a difference, find the joy in every day that you live. Time, it ticks away, seconds into years, moments filled with smiles, joys, and sometimes tears. Where will it take you when you leave here today, graduating, leaving us to find your own way? 4 years, it has truly been a pleasure. You have given me many beautiful moments to treasure. Spirit weeks, proms, and everything in between, games, performances, and the spirit of the class of 2019. You mean the world to me, each and every one of you, your smiles, your goodness, today in your white and your blue. Work hard, be kind, keep those words close to your heart. Cherish our moments together. Think of us as you depart. It may not always be easy, whatever path your life takes. All your choices matter, the good ones, even the mistakes. Where will you go? What will you do? Your plans, your future, your dreams, I hope they all come true. You can always be good at the what that you do, but remember to always be good for the who. I say goodbye and wish you the very best. Know that you leave me feeling so honored and so blessed. I am honored and blessed to have known you. Thank you for making me love what I do. You have shown me your goodness. It is now time for you to go and show the world. Thank you. Okay, it is time for us to honor our top 3 students of the class of 2019. First, I will call up to the podium our essayist, Miss Amy Russell.
Hello, my fellow graduates. I'm going to make this quick. I've watched all of us change and grow over the last 4 years. Some of us are ready for adulthood, and some of us are still preparing. Everyone is at different points in their life, and that's okay. I just wanted to say thank you to all of my teachers, friends, and family who have led me to where I am today. And just so I may include some of those most cliche graduation quotes, we are the future. Seize the day. Your education is just the beginning. Life is like a river. This is the beginning of your life's journey. Good luck on your path. Thank you.
Next, I'll ask our salutatorian, Miss Mindy Duggan, to come up.
Good afternoon to the class of 2019 and everyone present here today to witness the end of our high school career. I'd like to start my speech with a little throwback to 1956. 63 years ago, my grandmother stood terrified in front of her class of 1956 at her graduation in the old Wilmington High School. She was salutatorian, like myself. Her speech, which I found in her yearbook, was entitled "The End and the Beginning." As she did, I would like to take a brief moment to thank our families and our teachers for leading us to where we are today. Graduation would not have been possible without their support. Now, although times are very different in 1956, their class yearbook had a senior section with senior quotes, much like ours does. However, unlike ours, they had an additional section called Ambition, in which each of the graduates wrote a goal for the future. Before I say hers, I would like to address ours. I have no doubt that each and every one of you will go on to make a difference in the world, whether it be big or small. Many of you will go on to college and work harder than you did in high school to achieve your career goals. Others may be going into the workforce or armed forces to jump straight into making a difference. We may be here to celebrate the end of high school, but this is also a celebration of the beginning of a new chapter in our lives. I trust that this new chapter is going to be better than the last. Now, before I close my speech, I still have to reveal my grandmother's ambition. Her ambition was to work 2.5 years before getting married, which she did accomplish. Like I said earlier, times have changed. When you receive your diploma, I challenge you to think of your ambition, embrace and pursue it, and you will achieve your goals. Thank you.
And now our valedictorian, Miss Samantha Marzi. This is bigger than you, Sam.
I apologize. I don't trust myself in these heels. Hello, everyone. First off, I would like to thank the teachers and administration for the wonderful years of education and experiences they have provided our class. You have all done so much to help us achieve our goals and become the people we are today, and we couldn't be more appreciative. Second of all, I'd like to extend my thanks to not only my parents, but to the parents and guardians of my classmates. You have encouraged us and helped us every step of the way. From the moment we were 2 feet tall, waddling on the bus on the first day of kindergarten, to today, where you still had to help us get dressed up in our gowns and watch us strut or stumble across the stage. Now to the class of 2019. I would like to start this section of my speech with a bit of truth. Since the first time the possibility of this speech was brought to my attention, I did not want to say it. Even when Ms. Peters verified my need to write it, I didn't want to. Why should I, someone who is no more wise or experienced than the rest of you and probably much shorter than the majority of you, get to stand tall on this stage and preach some cliche message as if I know what the future holds? Because I don't. All I can really say is that no matter what you end up doing next year or with the rest of your life, just have fun with it. Enjoy yourself and be the person you want to be. If that means going to clown college, start lacing up your shoes. If it means living in a bunker awaiting the zombie apocalypse for the rest of your life, make sure you bring plenty of movies to watch. Or if that means going to medical school and discovering the next medical breakthrough, or majoring in education and becoming the part of the next generation of teachers, please do it. Do what makes you happy and don't give up on it. Be who you want to be and support others on their journeys as well. Because after all, the most important thing is to work hard and be kind. I don't want to take up too much of your time because I know there are plenty of graduation parties to get to. So whatever happens, I hope you look back on these 4 years with gratitude and good luck with all your endeavors. Thank you.
Well, I guess it's diploma time. You ready? Mr. Phillips will do the honor of announcing you.
Go ahead, guys.
Adam Brian Abukal. Jessica Carol Ahern. Dorothea Marie Alberti. Flori May Olarte Alcos. Thais Alves. Stephen Richard Anthony. Eric Grady Ovation. Sarah Kate Babcock. Ryan Elizabeth Bailey. Patrick Thomas Baker. Beverly Rose Shui Banks. Marcus Kingsley Barnes. Carrie Elizabeth Barnum. Ryan James Barrett. Samantha Rose Beauregard. Connor William Benoit. Emily Rose Bernardo. Alyssa Marie Bernazzani. Michael Sean Bevilacqua. Adam Keith Bishop. Kayla Rose Blonigan. Sophia Isabella Bonacorsi. Gabriella Amelia Bond. Matthew Christopher Body. Casey Teresa Burrell. Kayla Rose Burrell. Nicole Elizabeth Boyajian. Aiden Michael Briere. Sarah Elizabeth Broderick. Gianna Maria Brunetto. Ryan Patrick Butler. Brody Joseph Casey. Tyler Edwin Calder. Rebecca Marie Callahan. Megan Marietta Canali. Matthew William Carpenito. Michael Denny Shampoo. Sean Nye Shea. Wait until I do the name. Patrick John Connors. Brandon Matthew Chang. Slow down just a little bit. Brittany Helen Samaglia. Sean Patrick Clark. Devin James Clarico. Aiden Thomas Coakley. Matthew Richard Cohen. Alana Marie Colantoni. Cassidy Ann Collins. Haley Victoria Collins. Ryan Neil Collins. Joseph Robert Consorti. Sophia Louise Cooper. Jillian Mackenzie Cosman Cyrus. Joshua Patrick Crampton. Caitlin Noel Crampton. Adam Joseph Curdo. Jessica Grace Diarco. Brian Robert Dankees. Matthew Evan Dawson. Andrew Masterson Days. Tatiana Emily De Oliveira. Sadie Catherine DeAmbrose. Vincent Ramon De La Cruz. Jomay Ada DeMonico. Elena Marie DeSantis. Benjamin Robert DeSantis. Joseph John Desario. Hannah Elaine Devlin. Delaney Mackenzie Diaz. Madison Lee Dixon. Kayla Nicole Driscoll. Conlon Patrick Duffy. Mindy Marie Duggan. Maxwell Cam Duong. Kevin Charles Elder. Sean Andrew Estrella. Robert Joseph Fernandez. Noah Joseph Ferrer. Ashlyn Grace Finn. Michael Joseph Fiorenza. Nolan Michael Fitzgerald. Kylie Renee Flanagan. Molly Catherine Foley. Michael Thomas Fothergill. Natalie Marie Fox. Joshua Scott Frazier. Morgan Paige Gaffey. Caitlin Marie Galezzo. Paige Nicole Galucci. Julia Ann Galvin. Rebecca Susan Ganley. Kyle Scott Gardner. Emma Nicole Garrity. Emily Margaret Gear. Alyssa Grace Gibbons. Kyle David Glenner. Thomas Joseph Goodwin. Natalie Jean Goslin. Zoe Victoria Gracia. April Grace Haynes. Emily Kathleen Hill. Jared Anthony Raymond Homola. Marisa Rose Jackson. Simran Rose Johar. Justin Michael Coleman. Charlotte Murray Kane. Ethan John Karneski. Coleman Joseph Kelly. Gavin Michael Kelsey. Kyle Stephen Kenyon. Faison Hanif Khalifa. Ethan Wayne Kester. Leah Natasha Korkudis. Nicholas John Coleman. Nicholas J. Langevin. Colby Scott Laquadera. Matthew Edward LaRocca. Devin Ellen Lawrence. Thomas Michael Layden II. Caitlin Marie LeBlanc. James Arthur LaFave Jr. Nicholas Ryan Layton. Michael Xavier Mangini. Celia Katana Marchese. Peter Thomas Marino Jr. Jason Paul Marquard. Cameron Alexander Martin. Samantha King Marzi. Gina Marie Mastrorilli. Jamie Matovu. Chloe Marie McCauley. Matthew Miggs McElligott. Go ahead. Caitlin Michelle McKenna. Julia Isabel McLaughlin. Christopher Joseph Medeiros. Olivia Rose Meyer. Madison May Malloy. Nicholas Keith Moore. Jessica Yolima Morales. Allison Lindsay Moran. Alan Robert Morris. Kyle Scott Monroe. Ryan Patrick Murphy. Ankur Niogi. Eric Paul Nessline. Benjamin Bao Nguyen. Sophia Catherine Novak. Naheen Isaiah Nunez Montesinos. Jacob Robert Nazolo. Jordan Oladipo Olatilu. Olivia Ann Orloska. Benjamin Edward Packer. Jocelyn Alexia Palmer. Shiv Patel. Callie Grace Patterson. Megan Vera Penny. Anna Valentina Petrovic. Jonathan Christopher Pimentel. Alexandra Marie Pitsy. Marissa Lee Reardon. Cassidy Elizabeth Reese. Emma Lee Rind. Troy Michael Reekstens. Diana Francis Riley. Mark Andrew Rogamentich. Colin Thomas Rooney. Dennis Patrick Rooney III. Gabriella Elizabeth Rosa. Olivia Nicole Rourke. Amy Rose Russell. Michael Henry Santini. Megan Catherine Santry. Joseph Lawrence Scioli. Angela Marie Scholastico. Victoria Lynn Sheehan. Michael Umberto Smolinski. Kevin John Souza. Christopher Anthony Spinazzola. Leah Elizabeth Stalker. Sean Foster Stanford. Alexander Tyler Stearns. Jacqueline Marie Strobe. Eliza Taylor Stewart. Andrew Kevin Sullivan. Caitlin Rose Sullivan. Nicholas Roger Tangway. Amelia Elizabeth Tebow. Matthew Henry Thomas. Tyler Lawrence Thomas. Bruce Lee Valise Jr. Samuel Christopher Vence. Dylan Francis Wargo. Jessica Catherine Wargo. Grace Kelly Watson. Alexa Jacqueline Williams. Joshua James Williams. Cameron Christopher Willis. Joseph Lambert Wilson IV. Samuel Joseph Wilson. Tyler Wendell Wood. Benjamin Edward Wright. Emily Ann Wright. Gianna Marie Zaccanini. Alyssa Noel Zuelin. Pratik Ramesh. Christopher Charles Stokes. Just one quick announcement before we get started. Once they're all done here, if you would, students, would you please exit immediately after this is over and then wait for the students to get out before everyone else exits. All right. All graduating students, please rise. Please move your graduation tassels from the right side to the left side. Having met all the standards set forth by the Massachusetts Department of Education, together with the graduation requirements of the Wilmington Public School District, I now present the Wilmington High School's class of 2019.